All right. Okay. 1 second. What's up, Shrimpy? How's it going? How are you doing today? Not bad, good. Oh, let me get music going. Sorry I didn't stream on my normal day. I got a little, have to log in. Got a little, what's it called? Got a little distracted this week. Ah, shoot, I don't know what my thing is. Oh, here it is. Frick. Sorry, I have to like relog into my Spotify. What's up, Jen? Following in your footsteps after trying to pick a language for the last several weeks, finally landing on Golang. Oh, nice. For games or for other stuff? I do like Go. You want to make a colony sim? Oh, that's cool. That's actually the first game I was trying to make in Go was a colony sim. Graduating from Game Maker. Nice. Yeah, Go has its quirks and stuff, but overall I think it's a good language. It would be like if they had a few more things, Go would be super good. I feel like, at least for like what I like to do, so. But like having some sort of tagged union primitive would be super nice, and a few other like really small things. But I just thought about having a Dreamstone altar thing that'll let you practice any dungeon without death penalty, and maybe some other type of loot instead of actual boss drops. I'd be able to find out if my gear has fair chance at a dungeon, which will let me get out of gear fear. Yeah, I mean it's tough. I do have like now there's this thing in the game called, or is this? Sorry, I reworked the entire town, so it's everything's in a different spot now. I don't have it on this account, but there's a new thing called an astrolabe. I guess it doesn't let you run dungeons safely though, but there's like I could do that now through the astrolabe probably. Like maybe you pay gold or something to go do a dungeon, but it would be built around that probably. I think. So maybe it would be a good way to do practice dungeons at a high level, like the 5 skull and 4 skull dungeons. I don't think you need. I'm trying to remember exactly what you need, but oh, what's up, Roger? How's it going? I'd be happy to offer some kind of token to the gods to be able to simulate a dungeon. Yeah, I mean it's definitely the code's there now where I could do it through the astrolabe. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the problem is I just have like I have like a billion things I have to do, and it's not that I will never add it. It's just that like it's not on my top priority list right now. I don't think as like the most important thing, because part of Mythfall is getting items, dying, and then like retrying. You know, so. But I do understand that there's a gap where you have to do a new dungeon, and it's hard to like. It's hard to want to risk it on the dungeon, if that makes sense. But you know. So feedback loop between dying and retrying is just incredibly long to the point where I give up if I die and lose my build. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just trying to think how long it actually is. Like, what ends up happening though is you go and play. And if you die, you lose your like maybe best build, but you end up having like fallbacks where you're just a little bit weaker. So I'm hoping it's like eventually you just have fallbacks and you end up dying less than you survive, right? So but anyways, I've been working on balance stuff this week, so, and maybe that's part of the problem is that like the balance is so out of whack that like you have to get like a specific item to be strong. I don't agree that much on fallbacks because I have to grind back crystals or upgrades just to be on parity. And then I have a worse build because my current build required my next best build to make. Yeah, I mean, but like eventually, like the thing is you grind and you get more crystals and then you just end up building up an inventory of crystals. Like if you see some of the players who have played a bunch, he's playing with a bow. What's up, Terror? How's it going? Like you end up building like this cache of like things that you can use for more builds, you know? Yeah, I'm doing rebalancing, so I've been messing with stats and stuff. But yeah, bows I think will be getting a buff this patch. I increased the fire speed as well, so they shoot faster. It's kind of hard to see, but like they physically move faster. Yeah. People saying bow is OP, not knowing lifesteal is OP. Is lifesteal still OP? Because I added a restriction now. You can only get lifesteal. Like lifesteal can only proc a certain number of times per whenever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But that should be in already. So if it's still too strong, I could nerf it more. I mean, the thing is this stuff is just gonna have to develop. I have kind of a mental idea of how I want the curves to work. So far, where are we? So far, to fix a few balance issues, now every point of strength is gonna give you an iframe duration bonus of 16 when you get hit. So you get like a little bit of a durability bonus. And then every point of dexterity is gonna make your dash cooldown reduce by 32 milliseconds. And obviously I redesigned the town, and I reduced the amount of XPs required to level up. My hope is to make it easier to like start a new account. Like if you die, getting back to level 10 shouldn't be this massive thing. So you end up getting your first, it's like 1k XP is to level 10 now instead of like 2.5 or something. So you end up leveling up a lot faster. And then monster damage has been adjusted. The later monsters just deal a little bit more damage. And then this one's still in progress. Most items have been completely overhauled. So I'm going through all the items. I think I've done everything except weapons so far. And then, yeah, one feedback I got was that residence chambers are really hard to find. So now there's a special dungeon room, like how there's the ore rooms or like the dark guy or the shops. Now there's also one that just has a residence portal in it, and you can just, so you might find them in dungeons too. And then this one's super minor, but you can hover over the honor bar to see like how much XP you have remaining. Like this, like I've got 12 out of 1,000 for the next honor. So yeah, that was just something recent I saw that was easy to do. Let's see. These are just a bunch of minor things. Oh, this was the one where users changing, or I think Terror found this one or something like that. And I added a frame rate limiter too. So the this one was the one where there's like, was it a race? I don't remember what it was anymore. Because this was like the first bug I worked on, but it was where you got like stuck inside a dungeon or something like that, or like you Oh, you entered a dungeon and recall at the same time. There's a race condition there. So that should be fixed. And I also hope that that fixes the bug where people were getting like stuck logged in, because that was also happening. I wonder if there's a situation where people were like recalling right when Alavarg's thing was triggering. So. But anyways. So I have a few more bugs I want to fix. I guess, I don't know. Do you guys want to watch me just balance items? It's maybe a little bit boring, but that's kind of the big thing I have to do still. Other than that, there's maybe a few more bugs I'm going to work on. I'm probably not going to do the backpack stuff this patch just because the patch already has a bunch of stuff in it. And then I remember I saw there was a post about teleporters. I think I might make teleporters just unlockable from town. And I think that that might make them less of a grind. Because I think the feeling of a grind is like, oh, I've got to go like run all the way there and then build it. And it's just kind of painful. So. No, you're good. That sounds fun. So, let's see, what else could we do? So I'm just reading through this thing. I also want to do some skill tree nodes that I had ideas for. I want to make more, what's it called, nodes? More like ranger nodes for ranger builds. Yeah, we'll probably do items though, but give me 1 second. I have to be right back. All right, sorry, I'm back. I don't think the actual running to the teleporter to unlock it is the pain point in IMO, but definitely a good change to unlocking in town. Yeah, so I think you said that it was about getting a specific boss drop. I guess it does make it a little bit inconsistent. The problem is like, I want to like motivate certain like play styles, if that makes sense. And one thing I do want to motivate a little bit is like having reasons to play dungeons more than just once. Oh, the balance of having to decide on upgrading gear or getting the teleporter unlocked. I see what you're saying now. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's weird. Because they both require the same items. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's tough because like, yeah, I think I remember your solution was that I could make it so that you just have to do the dungeon to unlock it or something like that. I mean, I guess now that I have the questing, the special drop tables, I could make a special drop table for the teleporter where like if you haven't unlocked the teleporter, then it just drops this extra item that you can get at like a 50% rate or something. Unlocking teleporters just saves you time. I don't see why you need to hold it back from players at such a high price. Yeah, I'm not trying to hold it back. I'm just trying to like the objective is to make it. Well, part of the problem is that like when I first introduced teleporters, I didn't have good ways of like altering drop tables to give items to like let people unlock them. So now that I have that stuff, I could maybe rework it. So then it's just about finding like what the right balance is for the pacing of how people unlock teleporters, which I do agree is kind of slow, and I do want to speed it up. So like maybe something I could do is just have a bonus drop table when you haven't unlocked the teleporter where it drops some other special item that you can use to unlock it. Like I could make a tier 1 drop table that's like teleporter node like orb or something. I don't know, some like random thing, and then you use that to craft the teleporter. I could even maybe I do that and then I can make you have to run there. I don't know. What's up, Doru? How's it going? It's maybe midnight for you, but yeah, like it's never about trying to hold people back from progressing. It's about like what I could reasonably add in a patch and like in terms of like features, and then like making it feel like people are constantly progressing. Like, because there's a whole spectrum of like, I could just give you teleporters unlocked at the start, and then it's like, well, now there's like a missed opportunity here of like people earning something, which I think is a big which is like one of the funnest things for me in MMOs is like earning something and like like achievements and stuff like that. So like I don't want to give up, but I don't want to just like give up one. So but it's about finding the right balance of like how valuable is this thing, because I think in my opinion they're super valuable. So originally my balance was like, oh, I can make them super expensive then, or I should make them super expensive then because of how valuable they are. That's why it was like Awakened Heart for the tier 5 teleporter, you know, like that's why it started that way, because I was like, well, it's so valuable because it's something you unlock once and you have forever. So yeah, I don't know, it's just tough. So it'll just take time to get the balance done. I can definitely write that down though. Because I haven't noted the teleporter stuff yet. No, actually I did town improvements. I'm just so paranoid. Gamers nowadays lack the patience to care and will just get annoyed. I'm not annoyed by it personally. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not that I don't think that that's a good idea. It's just that it's just like more features to add, if that makes sense. Like now I have to create this whole like system of like payment per teleport, and I have to explain it to people. It has to make sense to them. So like it's just every little feature ends up being like a whole nother patch sort of deal. And I just can't like spiral out of control on stuff, little things like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I do agree that people are a lot more impatient nowadays, and there's so much, there's so many games now. Like, cause I don't know, I guess when I was growing up, it was like, you just go play RuneScape and like everything took forever. And like, but it was like, that was like all I really wanted to do anyways. So, you know, so you'd sit in front of a tree and cut it down for 8 hours and it was a blast for some reason. But now it's like you'd hop onto Overwatch and I don't know, I'm making up a game there or whatever, and like have this high impact, high adrenaline thing for 8 hours straight. But yeah, I mean, originally my game loop was the goal of my game loop was to die way more frequently. But like people seem to be able to survive pretty well. So I don't really know how to reduce the time that like I need to like literally I would have to like go through and like add things that just like are really good at killing people. Like I just have to be more trying to kill the player, which I haven't really done, I guess. So like I feel like in Realm of the Mad God, you die a lot just because you get like shotgun downed or something. And it's like, it feels unfair, but it makes the loop smaller, if that makes sense. So mine's kind of progressed in this way where it's like more of a, more on the MMO side and less on the roguelike side, I guess. That's confusing. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that makes sense because it is very confusing. What was this? What did I do? 3? It's like 2, 3, and 4, I think, for the centaur bow. I wonder what my DPS was for this. 28. Maybe like barely 29. Okay, what's 1 tier up from this? We also have Lorendel. I want to see that damage actually. So I was working on this yesterday and this is kind of where I was in the bow balancing. This one's lower by just a little bit, but the Lorendel's reach scales a lot better, which makes it like better late game, but I don't know if that's really that valuable at this point. I feel like I need to give this more damage, Lorendel's reach. You can definitely tell the difference between what? No, we're testing deep. Sorry, I'm like looking up here to see the DPS of these weapons. How I've decided to balance weapons is I'm gonna try to target like a base damage. Let me give it a Goder for the rating with a party of 1. I appreciate it, thanks. How I decided to balance these is I'm going to like, I have like a specific damage curve that I'm targeting in terms of like DPS. And then I think every weapon I want to have like a specific like little bonus thing that it's good at, if that makes sense. So like bows have like a longer range or something like that. Wands maybe like have the projectile following sort of behavior. And I want to balance it around that. Like daggers have like the backstab, for example. So all of these things I want to have like a different whatever, you know. So stream drops to 360 every now and then. Mine says 0 dropped frames, so me to Twitch I think is fine. I don't know if Twitch to you is something wrong there. I don't know, but probably. Okay, this is at 30. That feels better. Claude, make me an interactive DPS graph. It's probably possible. 34 maybe for this one. And this one goes to like 32. Do I dare give it more damage? The base damage is just nuts. So if you get like a +1 bullet, it's gonna be like super powerful. Let's leave it here because it scales better anyways, so. Wait, does that mean, did I buff gold at all? I'm trying to remember. I was doing this stuff yesterday. I guess I didn't. So am I gonna end up making weapons weaker because of this? Because this is the first weapon I'm kind of balancing. Oh, I had a spreadsheet I was building. Let's go through. Sorry, let me just document these. Also, I decided to go away from. I might have some bows that do the spray pattern, the spray outwards, but I think there'll be specific types of bows that do that. It's just not a very fun pattern. Okay, this is like 9 DPS. So I'm gonna say bows are 10 DPS for tier 0. Sorry, I just have, let me Claude tank my stocks. I actually did recently get a Claude subscription for Claude Code, just to see how good it was. I feel like it's basically about as good as Gemini is, but like what I see online is that everyone thinks Claude is super duper good. So I was kind of expecting it to be a lot better than it was. But I do think the code it generates is a little bit cleaner, if that makes sense. But in terms of like solving problems, I feel like it does about the same sort of job. Yeah, it's like the spray pattern. It just feels, I don't know, it's just rough. It's just kind of rough to interact with. But I might make a few bows that spray outwards, just for the novelty of it. Or sorry, they fan out, I would say. Okay, so we're at like 23 here. So maybe like 23 seems kind of. Chlorolite. Let's see what that gets to. But I went through and redid all the armors and stuff like that to try to fit the way I organized the balance curve was I decided to just define what the monster damage was going to be. And then I decided to base like armor and vitality that I give players based off like their effective health pool. And I just try to like fill in the blanks to like match up the number of times I want people to get hit to die, like get the right ratio of like time to kill basically. And I like worked backwards to finding what sort of amount of defense and vitality I could give you for that sort of like closeness to death, if that makes sense. So, but it's when I release this next patch, it's probably not going to be like exactly right. It's going to definitely need some tweaking. And but I think that like the large scale curve is okay. I just think that there's going to be some minor like, oh, this needs to be adjusted up a little bit or down a little bit, and that just comes from playing more. So like I just need to do more playtesting, but I'm trying to like baseline everything from something that seems kind of reasonable. All right, this one's 35. Let's look at the gold one. Wait, did I get 35 with this? 4? Damage 4, 3 projectiles. Damage 4, 3 projectiles. Oh, okay, so gold hasn't even been balanced yet. Wait, how is this one not? How is this one so low? Oh, so these are just underpowered. So we have 10, 25, 35. Yeah, so this needs more damage then. What does this also have? Oh, speed. It's hard to hit on all the shots of the bows constantly. That's true. Yeah, like little things like that. Those are like that's why it's hard to just like, because what I tried originally was like, oh, I'll just like, this shoots 2 projectiles at 5 damage at this rate. You can kind of like guesstimate what the DPS is going to be, which is kind of like what I'm doing here manually. But what was I going to say? I lost it. I don't know. Oh, but then what I was mentioning about like adjusting up and down based off of how it feels. Like it might end up feeling that like rangers are just super weak because I miss like half my shots get missed. So like your effective hit rate is like 50%, you know? So then in that case, it's more of like, well, actually I could just give them more damage. Like I can scale all the bows up damage wise and have them feel on par with other weapons, you know? But baseline wise, I'm just trying to like maximum damage output. This is what you're gonna get. Okay, this one's 30. But then this one gets to 35. Thank you, Moshi, for the follow. Appreciate it. But I do appreciate the balanced feedbacks, because like knowing stuff like that does help me, or like knowing how people feel about weapons helps me. But it's gonna be a little bit of a long road, so I do apologize for. Yeah, this one is 35. I think I need to damage bump both the hollow bow. I mean, I could just give them stats. The problem is I don't want to just give them the same exact thing. I might give them 2 projectiles each, and then just give them more damage. This has 4. Oh, I could just give them 5 maybe. Oh, this one's weird though. This one has mana regen of 1, which is kind of powerful. So I'm gonna make this underpowered. This one just has speed. I'm gonna give you 5 speed. Let's see how this does. It's this one. Like I'm trying to make them weapons different, if that makes sense. It is a big jump from tier 0 to tier 1 though, where it goes 10 to 25. I might nerf this. Let me think, hold on. Let me just see where this gets to. Does this really get to 25? No, it's like 23. I'm just gonna call it 20 though. Yeah, we can't have that. Sorry, I just have this like little spreadsheet thing here and I'm like going through on the side, just keeping track of DPSs. 3 with 3 projectiles. This one is 4 with 2 projectiles. Okay. But I also do want to have like, I want to have bows that you get that are just really strong. Like I want this to be just like a really strong bow, because it's got like the same DPS basically, but it also gives you +1 health regen. Like I think it's important to have like power spike type things. Laurendale's Reach used to be that, I think, but I also think the crafting recipe for this is just way too expensive. Okay, tier 2. We got 35, I think. Or it might be a little bit under 35. Sorry, I've been really disorganized with this. I might need to get more, oops, sorry. This one is tier 3. I meant to do this one. It's like, I see 34 popping up. I see a 5 every once in a while. It just flickers a lot. Let's see. Is this would be an underpowered one. This one, let's see what this one gives. Yeah, let's target 35 here. Okay. Then we need to start doing the next one, which is going to be the gold tier. Actually, I don't want to see what Laurendale's does. Let me just see this really quickly. But we want to do gold tier next. This one's definitely going to have to go up in damage. I don't think I want to go over 3 for base projectiles. Let's just do a 6 here. Yeah, this one's 30, which is low. It also scales well with bonus projectiles, and it scales well with dexterity. I don't know. I don't want to overthink it too much. Let's just, yeah. I tend to do that, and then every little thing takes forever. But I think sometimes it's better to just layer iterations. All right, what do we have here? 45, I'm kind of seeing. More. We'll say 45 is our target. Well, thank you, Penguin Operator, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. It's getting up to almost 50. I wonder if I do 50. Glad you found my comfort streamer. It's also just that this is like the base bow for this environment. Let's restart because I want the items to spawn, and then we'll get the more. Like I need to get the worm hide. Oh, I guess it's just the worm hide bow, huh? I really don't have that many bows in the upper tiers, do I? Worm hide. All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you. Obsidian, Mithril, Demonic, Duskwood, Dawnwood. Is that all of them? All right. Oops. Yeah, what was it? It was like 47 or something is what we're hitting, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's like 48 maybe. I should just look at these stats. This is 4 with 3, and then we've got, let me just put these in order. Oops, not cobalt. Cobalt, obsidian, duskwood, this. Is there a dawnwood bow? Maybe there's not. Yeah, this is 4 with 3, and then this was 6 with 3. This has +3 lifesteal chance though, which is pretty good. So I might under damage it a little bit. I'll do 5 with 3 projectiles for this one. Then you get +3 lifesteal. All right, and then this one's gonna have to be bump up again. So we have 6 with 3 here. So this will be like 7 or 8. Let's do 8. So all the bows are gonna get a buff across the board this next patch. I get a new chat title Gatherer. Oh, because I picked up enough items. Like, did I finish a dungeon? 40. This is actually a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I might just need to yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'm going upwards. We'll get to Mythfall once we get to tier 5 or 6 or whatever it is. I guess tier 6 technically. All right, so this is at 60 basically, 60 DPS. And then Obsidian. It's funny, I don't have any bows except for the Cobalt bow for tier 4. Oh, this needs to be changed. I wonder if 45 to 60 is too big of a gap. That's 15 damage. But also it's the weird thing with these all these number games is like everything's just so relative, because it's like it doesn't really matter that it goes 45 to 60 that much. Like it doesn't really matter what the gap is. It just matters because it's like decides how much honor people get at certain tiers. So like, because your DPS is higher, you just get more honor, because I need to make the bosses have more health, which makes them have more honor. But then I can also just decrease the percentage you get based off of the max health. So like, it really doesn't matter all that much. Other than the fact that it's kind of hard, like it's nice to have a little bit of a gap because I can make more edits up and down. Let's keep it here. We'll go up by 2 from Cobalt to 8. This will be 10. Eight, 10. I don't know if I equipped it. I need to wait. There we go. I guess like 70. Oh, now it's stuck at 70. Maybe 75. Ah, it's hard. It's hard because it moves so much. So we'll say 75. And we'll just go up by 15 every tier at this point. So it'll be 60, 75, and then 80, 90. BR. Oh, so we need to go through the other tier 5s first, right? I think I consider these, I know I put them in this like tier 6 untier sort of group here, but I think that I kind of consider them tier 5 weaponry. So let's move those. Duskwood. Oh, I do have a Dawnwood bow. But it's also weird. I don't know. It's just strange to Obsidian's like a tier 5 resource, but then what does that make Mythfall, you know? So then Mythfall has to be just like more powerful than all of these other bows. Maybe that's okay though. I definitely don't do that for swords though. But all right, there's Obsidian. And then we have Demon Bow. Wait, did I do 10? Is that right? Yeah. So let's just go ahead and put these on par. I might give this -1 damage because it has a lifesteal of 4. And then we've got mana regen of 2, which is pretty good actually. I might leave the damage here the same. Mana regen, Dawnwood, health regen of 2. That's actually pretty good. I wonder if that's too good. This will be 12. Well, I'm gonna leave this as 10. I wonder if this will hit 90 DPS. Nope, all right. Like it's about 90. It's still warming up, I guess, but. Okay. All right, that'll be bows. Do I want to do? I might want to do daggers next. Let's see. We have daggers, swords, knives. Crossbows. Let's do crossbows next. I know I don't have them for every tier, but all right, we've got our pirate crossbow here. A simple crossbow. This shoots 2 bullets. Interesting. Why do I care? Like, why do I care about these tier 1 objects getting a +1 projectile? I think maybe it was because the crown was just way easier to get a while ago, so I balanced it based off of that. I don't know. Because like I know exactly why this has 2 projectiles. It's because I was worried. Because like the difference is like if you want to hit the same DPS, it's now 1 projectile with 12 damage, and or 2 projectiles with 6. But if someone gets a +1 projectile and it's got 12 damage, now it doubles the damage. Rather than if it has 2, then it's it only goes up by like 1/3. All right, let's see here. I think what is this? Chitin. It's funny I just have 2 crossbows in the same, whatever. This one's from Orc. Okay, it must be Grug Pit then. Okay. Oh, it's also fractures, I guess. I mean, it's 10 DPS. We'll do this. I think the DPS is correct here. Or I'm trying to think. I wonder if it's better to have it higher DPS because the fire rate's so low. Like if I target 15. And then this is a Scorpion is tier 3 because it's in the desert. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because like for this to be on par, this needs to do like 45 damage. That feels way too strong though. We'll do 40 damage. Because it's got crit. I like how this one just gives you defense. Like that's the bonus. Boom. The thing is with Crown on this, you get 80 DPS. I do 4 defense. I might rebrand this one though. I'm not sure. Like I might be better to put this one in like to tier 2 category or something. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I need to figure out this one. Let's shoot these though. Was it shooting 2? Oh, the default crossbow projectile count is I'm gonna make it 1. Why is it shooting 2? Parallel fan, count 1. My live update might have just gotten squashed. Oh, there it is. I guess it just took a while to reload. Yeah, it's tough because you see the DPS and it looks like it's 60 or something like that, but really it's just going, it spikes above and then it kind of oscillates down because the fire rate's so low. But it's 1 shot per second, and then, so it should be around 40. But it's also like if you miss your shot, then you're kind of losing a lot of DPS at once. Like just missing 1 shot drops you to 30. But I think that's part of what the build should be about, so. All right, so we'll shoot for 40 for tier 3. And then what's the other one? Tusk Splitter. This one's hard because there's like, oh wow, this shoots far. That's terrible. This is a tier 5. Okay, we'll do 1 attack, one count, which I think is implicit now. This needs to do like 60 damage or 50 damage since it explodes. And then caster immediately fan. I mean, these need like 15 damage each or something like that. Because it's going to be... Also, I need to shrink the range on this one. This one's just going way too long. I don't really know where that is, though. Is it here? Start distance. Range is 180. Let's try 160, I think. What the heck? Wait, why is it shooting so many of them? Oh, I bet the number here, that's the number of that gets shot, not the damage. Where's the damage for these? Oh, it's probably inside of this. Damage is 1. I wanted this to be 15, but I was adding 15 projectiles. Do you get full damage if you hit with the first projectile, or does it only do damage if it splits? No, there's 2 damage triggers. One of them's the full projectile, so you can shoot through them for 51, which I might make a little lower since it's got pierce. And then there's the explosion side. Why is it only doing 2 damage though? Oh, I might not have saved it. No, I did save it. Oh, it probably got squashed. Let me do this. So one thing I am curious about is if you hit at the perfect distance, if you can double up the, yeah, you can get both. but it's a small window. Look at that massive damage. Over 100 DPS, but you're like in that perfect window. So then on the splitter side, it's, sorry, I'm just trying to skip 3. All right, let's see. This is like 50 DPS. And then that's 50 DPS as well. This is 1 per second and 51's my damage. I'm gonna decrease that damage though. I might make it 40. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, we'll see what 40 feels right. But I'll say that this tier on my spreadsheet, I'm gonna put 55 as the DPS. The thing is, like, you have to like do a little bit of a judgment call. It's like, because this has so much features to the kit and the range is gigantic, it's like more valuable than just the damage value, right? So they all have like a lot of, there's a lot of like you can't just compare DPS. Okay. Dagger. Oh, I need to pick up a bunch of daggers now. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Okay, here we go. Well, actually, let me do this. Hold on. Titan Claw Dagger. Root Spike Dagger I want to do. We'll do this. We'll go up to gold. I do think the Titan Claw Dagger looks super cool. But it's probably super weak. It just sucks that I didn't balance this stuff super well, so like it released and it wasn't cool. So this one I think I'm gonna balance based off of the front damage, and then the back damage is like the bonus damage you can get. Like that's the special perk, so it's not really the baseline that I'm trying to estimate here. All right, so we've got 15 damage, which actually I think is good for how close you are. Like backstab bonus is kind of hard to use. It definitely is. But I'm hoping that when there's more people, it will have its place better. Because if you play by yourself, it's really hard to hit. But there is a there's a new what's it called? There's a new stat called it's not like called aggression, but it's like how much monsters want to attack you versus somebody else. And you can decrease it for your character so they target you less, so you can like sneak around more. It's weird though. This one does less DPS than this one. Oh, because I'm level 10. This one, it's tricky. I think this is actually okay. Because this one's more of like a, oh, I got a cool thing, but it's gonna get outscaled. Or maybe I make this more normal. Because people get confused by this when they see it doesn't scale. They don't understand. I might just do 2. I think it's kind of cool though. So we can do 3 damage and then it just gets the crit. So we'll do 3 damage and then they'll get the crit. We'll just remove the strength scaling bit. So it's basically a wooden dagger, a driftwood dagger with crit chance. So about 15. Okay. Let's move on. Iron. So those are those ones. This is a tier 1. This is tier 1. We have this one. This is also tier 1, isn't it? A lot of tier 1 stuff. Okay, we want to target like 25 damage probably. Let me just based off of the bow baseline, let me try to estimate here. 40. We'll try to do like 5 DPS more for being close. 40, 50, 65, 80, 95. We'll see if that fits. I was over here trying to hit I was trying to like switch numbers, but I was on my spreadsheet. All right, this is doing way less damage than it should be. I'm kind of worried I'm just buff. Like what's going to happen, I'm worried is that I'm just going to buff. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go through and do all of the items and then get them all kind of agreeing. And then I'm going to see what it feels like. This needs a lot more damage though. I can already tell. Let's go to 6. The one downside though is this is going to make the broken crown even more broken. So maybe I make the vulnerability worse or something. I don't know. Oh, this is still not even in the DPS range. I went up 2 damage. I wonder if I scaled bows too much. Or maybe, no, actually, I think daggers were underpowered and I think bows were underpowered. This is actually kind of close. I do worry that I made bows a little bit too strong, but this is close for like the base dagger of the tier. 23 is kind of good enough. 23. So we have this. We have our 6 damage baseline. This one gives you health. I'm gonna give you 6 though. Just because I think this is on the weaker side anyways. 5 defense. I feel like slime needs some other special buff. But like 5 defense isn't enough to justify dropping the damage. Fungal dagger. This is way too weak. So we'll do 6 as well. Okay. Let's try the chlorolite. These all ended up just having the same exact stats. Sorry, my cat's being... Cat's going crazy. Wait, am I missing something? Oh, I never changed this. That's why the damage is so low. Yeah, it's at 5. Okay. Well, let's go up. I feel like I'm gonna have to go to 10. Let's see what DPS this lands us at. $35, which is kind of close. Man, it's just kind of crazy that how like this is just what I'm buffing this to is just very high. It's getting buffed to like a tier 5. So I'm worried that I'm like missing. I mean, I can always drop stuff, I guess. So that's probably fine. I can always change it. Yeah, but man, this is The problem is if I can't make it the same DPS as bows, but actually, now that I think about it, the true bow DPS is probably going to be a lot lower because you're just not going to hit every shot. So maybe I could hit the same DPS and then you're just going to be higher with yeah, let's go do that because I'm worried that this is just getting way too out of control. What was this one? Actually, I think this one's fine. Let's look at this DPS might be a little high though. We want to hit 20. I mean, really, it's not that far off. And then chlorolite, this is getting us at what? Like 35 probably. Yeah, let's try to hit the bow DPS, I guess. Oops. This gold, yeah. All right, let's see chlorolite now. Oh, I was still my focus was on the or my window focus was the spreadsheet. I'm over here mashing 2. Okay, let's see what we get. We should get like 35. Yeah, I mean, it's still warming up. It's 34, so that looks good. Let's look at golden dagger. This one needs to change. This one needs to get to 45 DPS. Gold dagger. So we have 10 for that one. Let's go to, it's gonna have to be like 14, I think. So let's see what 14 gets us to. Is that right? Yeah, +2 for my strength. Okay. Yeah, 45 is our target. This is going a little over. Do I drop it 1? Let's see what 1 less feels like. we were getting like 48. And if we drop this to 13, we should get a little bit less. I'm just curious what it gets to. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we've got like 42 here. I don't know if I prefer this though. Yeah, I think I prefer it. Let's leave the damage here, and then we'll maybe have one that scales up base damage a little bit. Scarab's Sigh, it's got a critical, but really I want the, where's the Scorpion Dagger? Why is this tier 4? Is it because of the crafting requirement or something? What's it in, like recipe or something? But it's not recipe, it's oh no, maybe it is. Scorpion. Armor, Scorpion, Dagger, Scorpion. Oh, Gold Dagger. Yeah, this should be, oh, I think before I was thinking that like, yeah, I think some places I say that like, oh, because it's crafted with tier 3 ingredients, it becomes a tier 4 weapon. But really what I try to do is I try to baseline it based off of like the gold, and then I try to scale them up on top of that. So like you have the Scarab Sigh, and that one gives you, I think I want to give it defense actually. And I think this needs to be a tier 3. And this one should give critical. Yeah, I like this. And this is going to be a tier. It is tier 3. Okay, I guess I just had it in the wrong spot. Sorry, there's just a ton of numbers. It's a little bit overwhelming sometimes. Attack damage, 13. This has defense. Yeah, I think 13 with a 5% crit is pretty good. No, but I feel like that's not enough. It's like you put a Scorpion Stinger on this thing, on a Gold Dagger, you should get this too, I think. We'll do that. Wonder if I need to be doing that across the board. But anyways, I think that's good. All right, let's go get a Cobalt Dagger now. Daggers. I think Titan Claw. Or let me drop some. Let me keep the, or do I have a gold? Oh, a gold one in my inventory. Oh, perfect. That's what we did. All those gold. These two we did. We have Cobalt, Obsidian, Spectral, Trinity, Mythfall. There's a lot that I forgot. One. I guess I don't need both of these though. Steel plate armor. It's a super old item. That one's not even droppable anymore. I think it's a deprecated item too. Ooh. I'm trying to think of how to do this. Let's see. How do I care? Like, I feel like I'm going to be balancing these and I'm going to know what I'm going to put those at, and I don't really need to actually exactly measure the DPS. All right, I think this one got to like 48 or something. Dun, dun, bum, 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 bum. Oh no, that's right. It went to when we had damage at 14, it was 48. Then we dropped it to 13 to get just below 45. Our tier 4 damage target is 60 though. Oh, I forgot to change. I haven't changed the value yet. All right, so we're at 14 for this. We probably gotta go to 16 for the base. Man, that's double the base damage. That's crazy. But it's also the scaling part is the same. So maybe it's okay. I don't know. Because I'm scaling this all. Like, I'm assuming that the scaling on the... What's it called? I wonder if I'm scaling these like way too much. Well, I wonder if I'm scaling these way too much. Like, I genuinely don't even know what like maxed characters are getting with some of these weapons. I kind of want to go and the problem is it's so tricky to get like a full build together just to test like one of the metas or something. But I can always scale down. I think once we have the curve laid out, it's easy to drop everything by like 1 or 2 or something, you know? So I'm not gonna sweat it too much yet. Okay. It's just tough because this is still down. This is like 8 DPS below what we need. So we gotta go to like 17 or something. Up to 55. Yeah, I feel like I'm overscaling these by trying to go by 15 DPS every time. I feel like I should be going by 10. But granted, this is also a tier 4. So maybe it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, we do need to go up 1 more. 18 base damage. All right, that's more like it. That's exactly where we want it for that tier. And then obsidian, I guess we go to 22. But also a lot of these weapons are gonna drop in their tier. These are all tier 5s. Yeah, tier 5, tier 5. Do, 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 do. One thing that sucks is I have all the recipes separated out of the items, so it's kind of hard to tell like how they get crafted. It's hard to remember that too. But and I want to move them. I started moving them into the items, the configs, item configs, but it's a massive pain. Boom, 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 Like this is getting buffed from 9 to 22. From 10 to 22. I wonder if a Titan Claw Dagger what tier that should be. Oh, I put it at tier 0. I mean, this might be 26. I'll make it tier 5. Okay. All right, let's see how this looks. All right, Cobalt, we're just below 60, which is our target. Tier 5, I have at 75 DPS. So then that should be Obsidian. I said 75, yeah. Obviously it's not an exact science, but this one's at like 70. Let's remember what all of these do. This gives you 5 dexterity, which is actually a little bit of a damage bump. Right? 24, 24. Oh, dexterity doesn't give you anything though on daggers. It's a little strange, I guess. Same with this. The scales with strength. Also, I think this is crafted from this. It'd make more sense if it gave you strength. But it's, 5 defense, 5 critical chance, and 5 strength. Let's do that. We'll change spectral to match. Strength. What the heck? Just teleported me. All right. Strength. Yeah, spectral dagger strength. Which I don't remember how this is crafted. I think it's ectoplasm and obsidian. So that's not too hard to craft. Demon's Eye. I think this is a drop. So it's just lifesteal plus. I feel like I should give it a little defense because it's the Psy, but we'll give it 3 defense. And then we have a Bone Dagger, which I might just give a little more. Yeah, this is just a boss drop. I'm gonna do 24 here. Duskwood. 22, yeah, that seems fine. 22, yeah, that seems fine. Trinity Dagger, 22, plus all of the combined bonuses. But loses its backstab check. And then Titan Dagger, which is another boss drop. But this one has bleed and also critical, so I think I'm fine with where this one is right now. 26. What did I do Bone Dagger as? I did 24, I think. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's perfect. And then Mythfall Dagger will just be flat 26. Thank you, Fifth Function, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. Let's see the DPS of this one. This is the Bone Dagger. So tier 5, we're looking for 75 DPS or so. Okay, that seems fine. Let's look at number 5. This is the Mythfall. This is tier 6. So technically the DPS our target is 90, but I don't think we're hitting that with this stat. Just lurking, always follow game devs. Nice, man. Do you do game dev yourself? Yeah, we're like barely getting 80 here. This really needs a buff, I think. That means this is going to be too weak too, probably. Like 24. Ah, oh, man, it's just tough. Let's see. We'll make this 28, I think, base. I think Bone Dagger's okay, though. We'll do 28 and see what that look feels like. Yeah, like this is gonna be some nasty scaling. I'm gonna have to decrease all these, I think. Like I'm just thinking that like what's my DPS gonna be here with just like a little bit of a build, you know? Like I'm doing 36 now. Damage per hit. It really didn't go up all that much, honestly. It went from 90 to 120, 130. But so probably bosses are gonna have to gain more health, which is not a bad thing. That actually might be a good thing because it widens the gap just a little bit for progression, which I think is good. And it makes the DPS check part of the game important too. So it's like you have to get enough DPS, otherwise you're just in the fight for a super long time. Yeah, you get like a few crits, it just does so much damage. I have to decrease the crit scaling. So it's not 2x, it's like 1.5x or something. Actually, that might be even an interesting stat. Like how much the critical damage scales your damage. I can also give bosses more defense too, to increase their health pool. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I mean, I think I'm happy with where daggers are kind of at. I think I'm going to target basically the same DPS for swords. Let's do those next, I guess. I was thinking of throwing knives, though. Actually, let's do throwing knives, because they're more similar to daggers. Let me run. Let me go pick some up. All right, knives, knives, knives. Where did I put these things? Man, there's really not that many throwing knives if I can't find them. Oh, there they are. It was just on the right side. I was on the left. Okay, let me just drop all this stuff. All right, we'll get the cobalt, I guess. Okay, let's see. This one has bleed, which is a neat little bonus. What is this, tier 1? Oh, these start at tier 1, don't they? So knives we want to have the same DPS as daggers, probably. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. Well, what I changed knives to be, or throwables, I guess, is they scale with both strength and dexterity now. So I think that they're more of a hyper scaler type build, and they're also a smaller hitbox. I also wonder if they throw too slow. They're also super close range, so like the objective would be to make these like the DPS build, like the last cannon sort of thing. So. Also, there's a skill in the skill tree that lets you make these have a backstab ability as well. So we'll just target the same DPS. This one's already like, oh, tier 1. That's actually perfect. This one's already in the right spot. 20. 20 is the goal. We have this one, throwing rock, which I think I have the damage higher, 6 and 5. We'll change this to throwing rock should be a 6. Throwing rock. Or to be a 5. Then we have Root Spike Shuriken. This comes back though, I think, right? Yeah, we'll go like this. Thank you, Kuko, for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. It's weird. I feel like shurikens need to have... Well, the thing is it pierces. Like it's... I'm torn because I'm assuming it's going to get double damage here when I measure the DPS. But it also has pierce. Here's what I'll do. I'll... I don't know what ampersand or exclamation point lurk does. I don't have a bot in here, so sorry, it's just me. If you have any questions, I can answer them though. We'll try to match the front throw DPS, and then we'll just give it pierce. 6. I wonder, I might give this 7 damage then. Or wait, how does this scale? Oh, just dexterity. Yeah, I think that's actually maybe okay. Let's give it 7. Chlorolite, or this one. Then we have Cobalt, Elven. Oh, Rock Shard is going to be here. All right, this is the order. I think that's maybe okay. I guess we'll figure out if these are end up being underpowered. I might need to make their own category because they're so different from throwing knives. Okay, this is tier 2. Why is this tier 2? Rock Shard comes from tier 1 biome. Tier 2, uncommon. But it might be Rock Shard with a Chlorolite knife. That might be how you craft it. Oh, iron knife. Okay, let's move this up. Tier 1, weapon value 1. We'll give it 5 damage, and it has 10% crit. Well, welcome back. All right, that'll be that one. I think I measured these. I'm pretty sure I measured these. Let's see what this one hits. All right, well, this is building up the DPS meter. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. $20 DPS. That's our target. Perfect. All right, let's go to Chlorolite. Or this one. This one needs to be adjusted, obviously. Yeah, because we're like 10 off now. What did I put iron at? Oh, 5? Or was it higher and then 5? Okay, 5. It feels like every one gives me 5 DPS. So I need to do 2 more. So it'd be 8, I think. This one's lame. I don't like this. I guess I could go up 1 and then give it backstab as well. Maybe. We're looking for 35 DPS, so. Okay, we actually need to go a little bit more. So this will go to 10 and this will go to 9. It's a little bit over, but I think I'd rather be over than under. Oh man, it's way over. I guess I see 7s and 6s. Maybe that's actually pretty close. Okay. All right, let's do the Elven one now, which should just be a little bit higher DPS. Oh, I'm 1 off. Okay. That's what I was backstab. We'll switch over here. I mean, that bumps it a little bit, I guess. Really not by much though. That 1 extra damage, 10, and doesn't this say gold? It says 7. Oh, it's Chlorolite. Okay. 9 and 10. Okay. All right. 9. We probably have to go 4 on top of gold, or on top of this. So that's going to be 13. Let's try 13 for all of these. Or I guess for these two. Wait for it to reload. All right. All right, 45 is technically our target, so like we're pretty close to that. And if I do 6, we have this other knife, which is actually the same DPS. It just has something else, some other bonus. I forgot what it was. That's Elven knife. This one. Oh, bleed. Dun, 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 dun. This one's actually pretty good then if it's got bleed on it as well. What's the name of the game? It's called Mythfall. There's a demo on Steam, and you can also play it at mythfall.com. There should be links in the description someplace. Okay, 13. We're currently doing like a big balance, rebalancing of things. So yeah. Okay, 13. What was I doing? I was doing like 4 for every 15 of damage. So we have to go up 4 more from this one. 13 plus 4 is 17. For Cobalt. Let me the Shadow Shuriken. Or let me go do this. I'm gonna go drop some of these that we've gotten through already. I'm gonna keep the Shuriken just because I want to see how I balanced that one. I'm gonna drop that. This is the same damage basically. Okay. All right, let me restart the game so that all the testing items spawn and we can finish rebalancing knives. Did I do Cobalt? And that's what we're next on. Yeah, Cobalt, this, Obsidian, Mythfall, and then the Demonic Knife as well. Wait, oh, I have a Cobalt Knife. I'll just drop that. Okay, let's see. Cobalt's tier 4. We're looking for 60 damage on this, 60 DPS. Okay, we're right at 60, I guess. That's good. And then I guess their next one is, oh, it's Shadow Shuriken. All right, let me see how I did the Root Spike Shuriken. I'm gonna let the DPS counter degrade. It should be like around 20, I think. Maybe a little bit less, because it has Pierce. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, I went a little bit below because it does have Pierce, which is a huge buff naturally. So yeah, okay. All right, let's see here. We've got this. We've got. Then we have a tier 5 Shuriken, or tier 4. Oh yeah, tier 4. Sorry. So we're looking for like 55 on this one, I think. Is the second one damage? Let's just go to 20. I'm just curious what 20 gives us. This one has bleed on it, or was that because of, oh yeah, bleed 5% chance. Okay. So we're looking for like 55 here. I kind of thought 21 was going to be too much, but... Wait, am I max on this guy? No, okay. I'm just level 10. Man, the gap is just so far because it's like 40 DPS. We need to be at like 55. Okay, let's do 25, I guess. Like the thing is, if I don't give it enough damage, then it's just gonna feel underpowered. No one's gonna use it, so it does have to be on par. Okay. Looks like it's getting 260. So I might drop it a little bit. No, I guess it's maybe okay. I'll drop it 1. Okay, let's do obsidian now. This one's gonna be 75 DPS as our target. Okay, this needs to at least be higher than Cobalt, which is at 17. 17. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess 24 is really not that far off of this. 24. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. 17 up 3 is 20. It's probably going to need to be up 4, actually. It's probably going to have to be 21. Because 4 base damage is like... 4 base damage is like 15 DPS for knives. All right, let's see. 75 DPS. So like 70. I wonder if I want to bump it or not. It's technically the only obsidian one that I have. Let's go up. Yeah, we'll do 22 for that one. And then this is going to have to be... Oh, this is going to also be a tier 5. Well, now I'm tempted to make this 21 and make this 22. This one has crit and lifesteal. Or I guess technically they have, they all have crit. So that's fine. Okay, I think this is okay. We got Mythfall. So 22 plus 4 is like 26. Oh wait, we did this one. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're looking for 90 DPS here. It's a little bit low. No, I guess it is technically hitting 90. The problem is it like crits up to 90 sometimes and then it drops to like 83 or no, like 85, I guess. But as soon as you get like one crit, it I think this is okay. We'll leave it here. All right, that'll be that. And then we've got we've gotten through a good amount actually. Let's see. We haven't done beam weapons. We haven't done cannons. We did crossbows, we did daggers. We haven't done great blades or swords or hammers. Or stabs or wands. Let's do wands next. I think I kind of want for wands. I think I want to shorten the range, and I want the DPS to be on par with bows. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's what I want. Also, I feel like I need to decide what I want to do for how they explode, because some of them explode into multiple pieces and some of them just do a big ring explosion. I don't like that it's inconsistent. I like the fact that there's some uniqueness to different wands, like they feel different and they play different, but it's just a tough balance between like making things understandable, because you might get a new wand and you might not understand like, oh, this wand explodes into multiple, or like this wand does this thing. So I do think the tracing is a huge advantage on wands though. So I might want to drop the DPS a little bit. These ones actually might be a little overpowered. Actually, yeah, let's do wands, and I want to see how much damage they do, like what's their bases. Because I might just be buffing everything way too much. All right. Wands it is. Bum, 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 bum. I guess it's stabs and wands, huh? Elven wand, graviton staff, focusing rod, solar wand. Let me see, are there any up here? Yeah, solar wand, that's gonna be our tier 3 starting point, I think. Because that's in the desert. All right, cool. All right, let's balance these ones. First thing, I just feel out the range here. I should pick up a bow. I just want to balance it based off of what the bow range is. Wait, where is it? Just need one bow before it despawns. Why can't I find it? Okay. All right, let me just go straight up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a pretty, maybe I go just a little bit less range. Thank you, Sanjiv, for the follow. Appreciate it. Might just drop the range just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because a bow would be here, and a bow is a super safe build. So I want wizards to be a little bit closer, I think. So you have to be like there. Actually, I might just leave it the same, because this is like where swords and daggers are, kind of. So if I shrink this, I feel like I need to shrink all of them. All right. Wands, we're looking for 10 DPS for tier 0 wands, which is, this is a tier 0 wand. So we're basically there. What's the difference here? This is 3 damage at 2.5 rate. This is 6 damage at 2 rate. Also, it doesn't have a tracer, so. It's like 13 DPS, where this one is 10. Pretty much exactly 10. All right, what's tier 1? We have Elderwood Staff that you can craft. We're looking for 20 DPS here. And it's, or we maybe want more actually. It is 20 DPS, so it's within the tier. Spore wand. I don't know how much this is gonna be. Yeah, I mean this is close to 20. Slime wand. What is this? Elderwood? What does this give you? What's the bonus here? Explosion. Sorry, I'm just trying to understand this. I wonder if I should scale staffs with a higher willpower. Let's see what the DPS is here. I mean, this is technically still a tier 1. It's just, I guess it gives you slimed chance, which is a little bit of a bonus and a little bit more damage. Which is fine, I guess, but... I think I'm happy with that, actually. All right, Elven Wand next. This is tier 2, so 35 damage is what we've been balancing other things to. This one's at 15. Yeah, now I'm kind of worried that I'm just balancing things out of control a little bit. Like going up by 10 and 15 was just too much of a DPS jump. I think this is like a, no, this isn't a, let me see what the other ones, let me see like what Spectral Wand gives you. The thing is that like a lot of these items just scale, like they scale well with willpower, so they end up being really powerful at the end. I just need to make sure all the weapons scale to kind of the same points. But I think that's easy to, I don't think that's as hard to do as I think it's gonna be. I want to see this one. I'm just curious what these do right now, what like their DPS is. This one was later on, so I don't really know if this one's even close to the DPS that I was wanting. Yeah, like the tricky part is like my base damage is something, but every projectile scales off of willpower. So the DPS ends up being really, really high. It just like probably doubles or something like that. But the base DPS is like that of a... Like this is like a tier 3 DPS. That's how I would measure it. What was the one? Succubus Wand. I wonder what this one gets. This one just doesn't, this one's just not going to scale as high though. So it's like this one needs a higher DPS. I just know. I guess the DPS is a little bit higher. It's like 50, which is in between tier 3 and tier 4. But it's kind of a tier 5 item. I wonder how I should do this. Like I wonder if what I should do is balance the base damage based off of these DPS targets and then go back as a max character and just see how they scale. Because I do think that this is a pretty close approximation for like how effective the weapon's gonna be, doing like what I'm doing here. Because mostly you just need single target damage against a boss to deal a lot, so that's like where you want to max your DPS. Yeah, I don't want to like bounce these in the wrong direction and then bounce them in the wrong direction. Just like move everything. It's just way more complicated for wands, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm gonna end stream here, everybody. Sorry for a little bit of a short one. I wanted to get a stream in this week and I missed Monday, so. But I think we got a good amount done. We got the bows balanced and the daggers and the throwing knives. And I think we have we're starting to get together a good system for how to balance everything, which is nice. So I think the wands are going to be a little bit hard though. And I also think like measuring the scaling of each weapon is going to be difficult too. So I'll have to keep working on that and hopefully get it all done before the next patch, which will probably be next week if I had to guess. So yeah. But anyways, thank you all for stopping in. And I hope you'll have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.